Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? JC here with the Cuban Redneck DIY channel. I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank those who have subscribed, and if you haven't already done so, man, throw me a bone. I am trying to grow this channel. I cannot do it without your help. In fact, do you know why everybody is so key into subscribe, follow, share, like, etc.? Well, that has a lot to do with the fake social media world we're living in. And that's what this video is all about. I want to apologize to my followers who follow me because of my DIY projects in advance, because I know this video is way off topic, but I think it is important and it's something that needs to be addressed. So if you don't know me personally, for over 3 decades now, I have been involved in the advertising and marketing industry. I've owned, managed, several large ad agencies, and during this time, I spent a lot of money with social media companies. In fact, at one time, I was spending so much money with Facebook that I had a dedicated account manager. With that said, a lot of people are not taking into consideration. A lot of people are concerned. My phone has been ringing off the hook. Hey, did you see what Facebook did? Did you see what Twitter did? Hate to break it to you, but we are responsible for that. We have allowed them to get away with that. As conservative, we don't get involved as much as we need to. We are not, we don't gravitate to that grassroots movements and things of that nature. We definitely don't go out rioting or looting or anything of that kind of stuff. And it hasn't been into very recent times that we've seen large numbers of us rallies and things of that nature. So with that said, you have to understand that all of these companies that we're talking about, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, which is owned by Google, which is owned by Alphabet, these are all publicly traded companies, okay? Mark Zuckerberg does not own Facebook. Facebook is owned by investors. The minute that Mark Zuckerberg starts costing Facebook millions of dollars in ad revenue, his job is in jeopardy. In fact, that if we can get enough people to participate in this method I'm about to show you, we can probably get a lot of heads to roll at Facebook. So with that said, I put together a video. Originally it was 10 bullet points, but my attorney started looking at it and said, no. So we're down to 5. But nevertheless, I think they're going to be very effective. But it all boils down to you and participation. For example, my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, I've asked thousands of people to subscribe. And to be honest with you, 90% of all my followers are very close friends or family. And that is because we as conservatives do not like to get involved. But if we're going to make this thing work, we need to get involved. I would really, really appreciate if you like, share this video, and you adopt, more important, you adopt these principles. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the first things you can do to protect your privacy and limit Facebook's overreach and spying is not to use the app. The Facebook app is a spying tool. This is something that many security experts and even government officials have highlighted. However, don't expect to hear about this on NPR, CNN, or MSN. Just the other day, my friend Erica posted this to her timeline. She was talking to somebody about what to get on Black Friday, and within a few minutes, an ad for the product she was talking about showed up on her Facebook timeline. Why is this? Well, the reality is that Facebook is one, if not the most unethical company in existence today. It has already paid billions in judgments and settlements for its unethical practices and for having no regards for user privacy. Facebook works just fine on a browser without the app. By not using the app, what you're doing is protecting your privacy and keeping Facebook from collecting data on you. And that takes me into action number 2, protecting your identity from trackers. Facebook uses a combination of cookies and pixels to track and log your behavior outside the app. This is the same technology that Google uses on Google Chrome. In fact, about 60% of all browsers in the market relied on this technology to track the user's behavior. The exception to the rules is Opera and Brave. Opera is a European browser that offers a lot of nice features. It has a built-in VPN to mask your location. It also has a messenger if you want to chat with somebody outside of social media, as well as a built-in app locker. The issue with Opera is that it's a European browser and a little quirky for Americans. I prefer to use Brave. It is almost identical to Google Chrome while providing better privacy and performance. Here's a comparison of the two using the same website as an example. Here it is in Chrome. Take a look at the ads here and here and here. And here's the same website on Brave. Notice that there are no ads and that 12 separate tracking pixels were blocked. There were no cross-browser cookies found or fingerprinting pixels, but if they were, they would have been blocked as well. Action number 3. Do you know that there are alternatives to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube? There are several social media platforms that have risen to the challenge. However, so far the leaders appear to be Parler and MeWe. While Facebook has done its best to discredit the newcomers with its usual fact-checking scam and the crony fake news mainstream media, the facts don't lie. Parler has been the #1 downloaded app at the Play Store for the last 45 days, with MeWe right behind it. If you search for social media at the App Store, you'll realize that Facebook has been forced to buy ad space just to be relevant. That is because by ranking, they're not even on the first page. Facebook has also signed an agreement with Google to have the app pre-installed in all new devices. However, that may end up backfiring, since it will be challenged in court due to the fact that pre-installed apps cannot be uninstalled. And yes, these options are not perfect, but they were not expecting tens of millions of subscribers overnight either. The sites have been slow and not responding at times, but both have done an excellent job in ramping up to meet the demand. Action number 4 has to do with what I said at the beginning of the video, and that is to be proactive and support those who are trying to advance conservative values. If you have been censored, your account has been suspended or restricted because of lies propagated by Facebook's fact-checkers, you need to join the many class action litigations springing up all over the place. I recently started supporting the Candace Owens Initiative, one which I think not only has merit, but the highest chance of success at this moment. Here she is. I'll let her tell you all about it.
Okay, I guess you can see me. Great, yes, okay, now I can see you, we're on. Okay, super exciting. I have an amazing announcement. Let me say before we even get into this, it's gonna be a quick video, but make sure you hit the share button immediately because Facebook will probably try to censor this because we're talking about censorship. So I was trying to figure out what can I do to contribute to everything that's going on. I know people are in the ground in Arizona and in Georgia and trying to protect the integrity of this election. And one of the issues that I thought as a almost 8 months pregnant woman that I could take on is these fact checkers. You're seeing now, you're finally realizing we do not live in a free country. Everything we say, down to our opinions this year, have been censored, have been fact checked, right? I know everyone has experienced this. I have experienced it, especially since my George Floyd video, where before I even say or do anything, I am getting fact checked. I literally had an opinion fact checked until finally Facebook made the decision to demonetize my page. Bad move, Zuckerberg. So I looked into these fact checkers, did a preliminary search, and discovered, much not to my surprise, that one of the organizations is being run by a CNN editor of 26 years named Alan Duke. Now, how could a CNN editor of 26 years suddenly start an LLC and decide that he's going to just fact check us and his opinion is now God on Facebook? And they can fact check your opinion. They can say my doctor is better than yours. We saw that through COVID-19. Even if you told the truth and you shared a doctor's opinion, if it ran contrary to their doctor's opinion, you were fact checked and you were called untrue. This is blatant censorship. So I said, what am I going to do about it? I'm pleased to announce, people, make sure you hit the share button, share, because we do not want Facebook to censor this. I am suing Facebook fact checkers, and it is going to be a bomb of a lawsuit. It has taken months for us to pull this together. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. You can actually go onto the website factcheckzuck.com. I will repeat it again, factcheckzuck.com. You can look at the docket number. We have finally sued them. I know I told you guys I was going to do it months ago when they first demonetized my page. And then I made sure that we got the absolute best lawyer. So first and foremost, the lawyer that we have, his name is Todd McMurtry. You guys are familiar with him. He was the lawyer on the humongous, it's not a word, don't use it, huge, ginormous lawsuit from the Covington Catholic kid, Nick Sandmann, who was smeared and libeled by so many journalists and called a white supremacist. He's our lawyer on this case, so I feel great about that. We also have another lawyer named John P. Cole. John P. Cole is notorious because he is the lawyer who settled the biggest settlement that has ever been settled in the history of the world. He went after Big Tobacco. We have been super careful in doing this case. We understand that in order to take down Facebook, we need to make sure that we go after their fact checkers. Because Facebook is trying to pretend that this is their buffer zone. These fact checkers are human beings and they are lying. They are actually, sometimes they fact check you and say no and censor you before they even have an article written disputing it. And their articles make entirely no sense. So these people are activists. We know they are activists. They are liberal activists. I bet none of these fact checkers vote Republican. I'm about to find out why. I'm about to find out whether that's true. I'm going to fact check that claim when we go through the typical discovery that all lawsuits go to. I would like to understand their relationship with Facebook. How did Facebook decide to use these random people to become their official fact checkers, that they are now allowed to fact check our opinion, our experiences about our own election, right? They can fact check you if you say you experienced election fraud on election day. They can fact check and say it's untrue, and it's you and you lived it. They can fact check you if you're a doctor and you say, I treated COVID-19 patients with hydroxychloroquine and found success. They can say fact check untrue because my doctor says that's not possible. Yeah, we are very quickly heading towards a socialist society in America. So I'm so excited again to announce that I am suing the fact checkers. We are asking for small donors. Honestly, guys, I know it's a crazy time. It's been a tough year for everyone. This is going to be a very expensive lawsuit. I didn't want to, I know initially everyone was like, where can I contribute? I wanted to make sure we had actually filed so you could actively follow the lawsuit before we went and asked for people to give any donations. My lawyer's been honest, it's going to be expensive, but in my opinion, it's worth it. And if you have 25 cents to donate, don't think that you have to come in and be like, I'm giving you $1,000. Like if you have 25 cents and you're like, you know what, Candace, I'm not going to buy my favorite Snickers bar this week. I'm going to give you, even though Snicker bars are way more than 25 cents, this $1.25 so that you can go after Facebook and their fact checkers. Thank you so much. Honestly, every single dollar will count. And you can, as I said, you can go on the website, you can look up the docket number. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I want this to be the case. I want this to be public. I want you guys to know what exactly the lawyers are doing. Share, factcheckzuck.com. We're going to win. We're going to win big because these people are lying. We know these people are activists. They are not fact checkers. USA Today, we are coming for you, buddy. You're another one that's fact checked me one too many times with absolute bogus nonsense. You cannot censor speech in America and think you're going to get away with it. So again, factcheckzuck.com. It is on. Candace Owens goes after Zuckerberg. And guess what, Zuck? Here I am promoting it on your own platform. That feels pretty cool. I'm going to do this on Instagram too. I'm going to fundraise for my lawsuit against your fact checkers on your platform, Zuck. And I know you're watching. I know you watch my every move. Bye-bye.
Action number 5. I believe that this one is probably the most important one. And that is because it is all about refuting to participate in growing Facebook's income. There is nothing illegal about it, and actually it is your right under the Facebook terms and conditions. Why is this important? Well, you see, Mark Zuckerberg dumped more than $300 million in an effort to manipulate the elections in both Georgia and Pennsylvania. That is because he knows that given the state of the economy, he will be able to more than double that via ad revenue in the upcoming months. But what if we are able to spoil those plans? We can easily impact Facebook's income by labeling it not a valid advertising venue. And we can do this by simply turning off the ads. To do this, go to your timeline, scroll down and look for anything that says sponsor. Click on the three dots on the right side of the ad. Click Hide Ad, mark it as irrelevant, and on the next window, hide all ads from this company. We can also do the same for the ads that show on the top right corner. This simple little action can not only severely impact Facebook's income, but it will clean up your timeline so that you can focus on the things that you like. Hey guys, I hope you learned something from this video, and I cannot say how important it is to share this with all of your friends. It is extremely important that we get thousands of people to participate. If only 4 or 5 cats participate, this is meaningless. We really need thousands of people to participate in order to remap or break the algorithm and the tracking mechanism that Facebook has on all of us. So until next time, this is JC with the Cuban Redneck DIY channel. Please subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you on the next video.